Hi, and welcome to the weekly Love and Relationships reading for Friday, May 17th, 2019. Before I begin, I just wanted to say that me and Shannon are taking twin flame questions right now. So all you have to do to submit one is either leave a comment or send me a email. My email is in the description, and me and Shannon will just kind of collect them, and then we'll decide whether or not we're going to answer them or not. Basically, me and Shannon are going to meet up in the summer, winter for the Southern Hemisphere, where he lives, and we were going to do some videos together, and one of them we're thinking about answering questions about twin flames because we recognize that partnership that we have. Our particular situation is kind of interesting. I have a partner who I have children with that I'm committed to, and he has a wife. So just so you know, and also something that might be kind of interesting about it is that this will be the first time me and Shannon actually meet in person. We've known each other for oh gosh, maybe 3 years now, and so now we're going to be meeting in person, so that might be something that you might want to ask about. But I just wanted to throw that out there so that you guys know, and I apologize for wasting your time. We're going to get back to the reading right now. Okay, so the weekly love and relationships reading for May 17th, 2019. It does not have to be May 17th, 2019 in order for you to get an accurate reading. This is just going to be for the next 7 days. The reason that I post them every Friday is just so those of my viewers that have been keeping up with all of them will have a new one every 7 days, okay? So that said, we're looking at the dynamics, any kind of predictions we can make, you know, what's going to be going on in the next 7 days in your love life. So we're going to go ahead and name the piles and tell you what the crystals are that are on top of them. And then you guys can pick whichever pile resonates for you and your person. Of course, you can pick more than one pile, or you can pick one pile for one person and one pile for another. There's no real rules, okay? Pile number 1 is the black obsidian. Pile number 2 is the gray bloodstone. Pile number 3 is the pink rose quartz. Pile number 4 is the purple fluorite. Pile number 5 is the white opalite. And pile number 6 is the blue lapis lazuli. So while you guys are picking, I just want to go ahead and remind you guys, in addition to my email, you can also get information about booking a private reading in the description, and you'll also get the timestamps there as well. I'm pretty quick to leave a comment with the timestamps, but if I don't ever, that's where they're going to be. It's going to be in the description. All right, guys, that said, if you guys have not picked, go ahead and pause the video. Otherwise, we're going to go ahead and start with the first pile. All right. So, of course, here's the awkward time where I always move these, and I always think, gosh, I really need to think of something to say at this point. All right, pile number 1, those of you who picked the black obsidian, here is your reading. We have the fox, which is being modified by the clouds. We have the 6 of coins, the star, and the king of swords. That's interesting. Okay, and we have a blessed change. Okay, and we have refocus and deception. Okay, all right. That makes sense. Well, that makes sense in the cards. Let's see. I feel like somebody is hiding something. I don't feel like this is something, for a lot of my viewers that pick this pile, it's actually something that's being hidden that you already know about. It's something, and I wouldn't say that it's necessarily, it's not your relationship. I think last week I had one, or maybe it was a week before, where it was like somebody was hiding their relationship or something. It's not that. It's like they're hiding, either they're hiding their true selves, or they're not willing to show who they really are. I mean, for a lot of you guys, it's going to be somebody who kind of let it slip that they have feelings, but now they're trying to kind of dial it back somehow, that kind of thing. And it's only because this person values, they value not, like, they value, they're like the king of swords. They value being like, you know, totally self-contained and all of that, and feelings are scary for this person. For those of you who it's not feelings, it's just some aspect of themselves they're being deceitful about. I think in some of you guys' cases, they don't even realize they're doing it, self-deception, rather than it's like anything they're trying to be deceptive about. And you've got the star here, which lets me know that they are going to figure out exactly how to reveal that to you this week. So now I kind of build it up, but it's not going to be that big of a deal, okay? It's not going to be that big of a change. But you have another change coming here, which is going to bring a lot of blessings to both of you, okay? So the star not only is describing hope, but it's also describing this change that's coming. We've got to refocus, okay? So whatever the two of you have been focusing on lately, it's going to shift a little bit to it's almost like it's going to tilt to a side, you know? It's not going to like go backwards or forwards necessarily or anything like that. It's just going to be shifting to the side and then going forward. It's like, you know, things are going to shift. And I'm trying to characterize this shift. That's why I keep kind of pausing here. And I feel so silly for repeating myself over and over. It's like this shift is going to give you more perspective, okay? I think about the Hanged Man, kind of, like seeing things from a different perspective. It's going to be like that. We have the fox. That just reiterates the deception, okay? This might be somebody you work with. That might be a confirmation for you guys. And then we've got the clouds. That's showing that something isn't clear, something isn't being shown. It can also refer to depression. It can refer to moodiness. But I feel like in the context of the whole spread, this is referring to somebody being a little bit sly, trying to kind of like weasel out of something. It's like let me give you an example, because I just feel like it's really important that you guys know what I'm trying to say. It would be like if you were talking to somebody and they let it slip, you know, I don't want, like let's say you're just talking to some guy. I mean, it's just some guy, you don't care about them at all, you know. And for the guys out there who are interested in girls, and for the girls who are interested in girls, it's just some girl, you don't care. And this person's married, okay? They might let it slip, you know, oh, I don't want my spouse to see this because I don't want them to get the wrong impression. And it's like, well, you know that you're not coming from any place that would give the wrong impression, so you know it's on their side. So it's like they let it slip that they have feelings. And then if you were to pursue that and be like, well, wait a minute, why are you saying that? They, you know, then they would kind of try to roll it back, but you can't really unsay something like that. Like, wait, why are you uncomfortable with your spouse? You know, we're just talking, we're just friends, whatever. It's like that. You know, I just want to characterize the kind of shift there. And it does have to do with this deception coming forward. But the change is from something else, because you'll get a perspective from it. It's not what's being hidden. It's the implications of what is revealed when it is revealed. I really hope that makes sense. You guys are gonna also go in a little bit different direction as well. That's just because your perspective's gonna be changing. But overall, I do see it's a balanced week, so it's not gonna get real passionate, and it's not gonna get super dispassionate. And your person's kind of just trying to feel out what role they play in this, you know, and they're trying to figure out how comfortable they are with themselves and also with sharing that with you, okay? So overall, some changes, okay? All right. Hi, those of you who picked the gray Bloodstone, here is your reading. Okay, so we have the Magician, Judgment, and we have the Three of Swords. Please don't worry, we've got more. Okay, we have the stars that are modified by the mice. Okay, we have Forgiveness, we have Abound, and we have A New Dawn. Okay, what this is saying, The worst is now behind you and positive new experiences are on the horizon, okay? We've got this and we've got forgiveness, okay? The two of you guys are bound together. I understand that this depiction is indicative of maybe like the devil card, something like that. And I understand that that might be one way to interpret this, but in this reading, what I'm getting is it is definitely talking about the two of you have a binding commitment. There's something that's keeping the two of you together. It's like you don't even have to worry about losing this person at all. They're not going to leave you. They're not going to just wander off or anything. They are way too invested, okay? We've got somebody's being called to do something that is outside of the relationship. And I don't mean it's like, oh, they're being called to be with somebody else. No. This is just something outside of the relationship, something that's been stressing them out. Maybe it's something kind of major. I don't know. It would be something like maybe either you or your person's going to graduate college, you know, or maybe you or your person's going to move, or maybe you or your person's going to adopt somebody. You know, it would be something like that, okay? Your person's feeling called, most likely it's going to be your person, okay, is feeling called to do something that doesn't really have much to do with the relationship, but that's going to be kind of stressful right now for them, okay? And in that situation, they're kind of feeling like they're a little lost, you know. We've got the stars, it talks about direction, navigation, and that kind of stuff. And we've got the mice, which take away from that. It's like they don't really know how to proceed forward. They just know that they need to go forward, okay? This could be you. Okay, if it is you, understand that you are manifesting, okay? And that would be my advice to you, is you're manifesting and this is a fresh start. This isn't anything, this is completely new. It's not something that's going to be like before. For those of you who it's not you, and I think the majority of you, that will be the one that it applies to. You and your person are continuing to manifest a very positive relationship, okay? You guys are, you guys are kind of stuck with one another, okay? And if there has been any kind of problems between the two of you, all is forgiven. It's almost like if you were to do something quote unquote wrong, this person has already forgiven you before you've even done it. Not because they think that you're like infallible, but because they know that you're human and they're okay with that. Like there's nothing that you could do that could actually make them not love you or not care about you. Okay. So you guys are gonna get kind of like a fresh start there, okay? Just know that your person or you is gonna also be very, very distracted this week. So within the context of this, the Three of Swords is clear to me that you guys are both helping heal the other one, okay? And at some point during this week, I would put it on Monday or Tuesday even, I think either you or your person or both are going to have a conversation about some pain that's going on in one of your lives. It's probably going to be pain that involves a relationship, although I'm even going to go as far as to say I don't think it's going to even be a relationship with like, it's not going to be like an ex or a relationship with somebody else, you know, like a romantic relationship. I feel like it's going to be like, I don't know, maybe like the relationship this person has with their child, or the relationship this person has with their friend, or one of their parents, or something like that. So I'm getting also that there's that coming on. So overall, you guys have a really positive relationship. You guys you'll find that you guys will just keep coming back to one another. So it's like nobody's going anywhere in this situation. I definitely see the potential for very, very, very deep friendship between the two of you. But I feel like if there is a friendship, it would have to, you guys would both have to kind of acknowledge at some point the fact that there is something more there that needs to kind of be put on hold, you know? You guys, if you guys decide we need to be friends, then you're going to have to set up boundaries for that, because either you or the person or both are going to continue to feel feelings for one another. That's another thing that this can represent too, is a situation where there's a third party. And I don't mean that there necessarily has to be another person involved, although there might be. What I'm just saying is that there's something that's like a wedge between the two of you sometimes. And if you guys decide to be friends, you're going to have to deal with that wedge, is what I'm saying. All right? That's not going to apply to all of you. It's going to just apply to some of you. Alrighty. Okay, so those of you who picked the pink rose quartz, here is your reading. We have a successful movement. We've got the Knight of Wands who's moving forward. We've got the Ace of Swords. We've got the Eight of Pentacles. We've got the Divine Feminine. We've got Reinvention and Simplify Your Life. Okay. All right, this is interesting, and it makes sense why we would say to simplify your life, why this would be the advice, because wow, so we've got a situation where this week you and your person, probably one or both of you, is going to be really focused on work. That's going to be a very, very major I guess headache for the two of you. Those of you who aren't in a career or aren't employed right now, this might be like a project or like school, like a project for school. It could even be that. Okay, there's gonna be some like new there's going to be some like new thoughts that you guys are going to be having, new ideas, and this is going to make you want to change something about the way you've looked at things. Okay, it's like a new perspective, but it's not so overwhelming that it would be like the Hanged Man new perspective. It's just like something new will enter your consciousness, and it will have to do with your relationship, and it'll make you want to kind of like reinvent yourself. It'll make you want to it's more like be a better person, that kind of thing. The Knight of Wands lets us know that whoever is the more masculine in this relationship, so either the male or the one that's more masculine, is going to be wanting to come forward with a lot of passion this week. Probably some sexual energy as well. Right now, and the reason I said masculine is because we also have the Divine Feminine here too. What that's saying is that right now we are going to be more in tune this week with the feelings. Okay, that might be why work or a project's going to be kind of like a headache. It might be why the masculine in this relationship decides to move forward. It's because we're feeling impassioned, we're feeling very emotional and that kind of thing, and it's a positive thing. And when I say emotional, it's more like you're a receptacle for emotion and you're allowing yourself to be filled. Okay, and that's going to be on both ends here. Okay, and I think that openness is there so that you can receive whatever this idea is. And again, guys, it might not even be that big of a deal. It might just be something as simple as, you know what, I'm gonna throw out my gym membership and I'm gonna start working out at home. I mean, it could be really, really small. So I don't want to, give the impression that this is gonna be like this really huge, glorious thing. It might be, but it could go either way, with that. We do have some kind of movement or some kind of changes. It's going to bring about a lot of success. So I feel like, when we talk about this in a relationship, what comes to mind first is like a couple either moving in together or a couple that's going to move to a new state or a new country or a new place, a new city, that kind of thing. So it could be like physical movement, or it could be more metaphorical, like the two of you are kind of leveling up and that kind of stuff. But whatever it is, it's going to be like you'll detect it, okay? You'll detect that there's something that's shifted between the two of you in a positive way, and that it's going to help you feel more success. Now, all of this seems very complicated, like pretty big week. You've got thoughts, you've got work, you've got passion, you've got emotions, you've got success, you've got movement, reinventing yourself. Wow, like all of that. There's so much stuff to do. And then for your advice, we have simplify your life. Okay, so I really think that it would be important for you and your person to try to, you might want to just clean out your closet or something, do some spring or fall cleaning for those of you in the Southern Hemisphere. You know, and maybe just donate it or something like that, clean out your closet and donate some stuff, that kind of thing. And that'll help you feel less stressed about anything here that could cause stress. Okay, because when we talk about a change, movement, when we talk about a change, that's going to bring stress regardless. When we talk about moving forward passionately, that's going to bring stress, even if it's something you want. Same with overworking, same with even receiving a new idea. So all of this stuff is going to be, it just basically makes it ripe for stress, okay? And so this is like just reminding you that while all of this stuff is going on, try to simplify as much as you can, okay? Yeah, so we have a lot of positive stuff this week for you guys, a lot of it. And I wanted to say about the overworking, I feel like this is a carryover from last week, for most of you, and it's only going to be like the first part of the work week. So do keep that in mind. I don't feel like it's going to be the whole week, okay? All right, those of you who picked pile number 4, the purple fluorite. Okay, so we have the garden modified by the key, okay? We have the 8 of swords, we've got the chariot, and we've got the world. We've got pride and ego, and we have spring, and we have yes. Your intuition is correct. Take action accordingly. So, this is an interesting card to get, and I was thinking about this being, I specifically chose this for the well, not this card. I didn't know what card was gonna come up, but I specifically chose a card from this particular deck as being the advice card. So the advice to you, who have picked this pile, is to follow your intuition. You're already right. You already know what you need to do. That said, it looks like this is going to be a pretty big week for you guys because we have the chariot and the world. You're moving forward. You're moving forward, and you're also getting what you want this week. Okay, that's pretty big. Just that right there is enough. But we also have like the key, like for me in the Lenormand, the key represents like this is the answer. This is the thing that's going to happen. This is going to be the key for this week. This is going to be like the thing to really look at is the garden, which is, it can be interpreted a lot of different ways, but I interpret it as the public, okay? Doing something in public, public awareness of something is going to be the key for you guys, all right? Now, we do have the 8 of Swords. It doesn't really worry me that much because we've just basically got somebody who's overthinking, and overthinking comes up a lot in love relationship readings for me, and I think it's because sometimes when we don't know, and most people who come to me for readings don't know something, and they're trying to figure it out, we'll try to figure it out ourselves, and we'll just find ourselves going round and round in circles, and we create this kind of trap for ourselves that we don't even realize that we're creating. So my advice to you guys for that is, if this energy is going on in your life, first off, that's totally normal. And second, to ease up that anxiety, just know that when you're attaching to the more negative thoughts, understand that that's just as probable as the positive thoughts, okay? So if you don't know something and it feels like the negative is more true than the positive, it's like, it's probably because the negative feels heavier. It feels like it has more substance. It feels more true because it has more weight when we feel negative feelings. And, of course, these are thoughts, not feelings, but thoughts lead to feelings. Feelings are associated with different thoughts. And so when you have more negative thoughts and then you experience the negative feelings that come with that, it might feel more real, but that doesn't mean that it actually is, okay? And that's pretty much the way I see people getting stuck, is that they're over-identifying with the negative. Okay, we've got the spring. This is, you know, in the northern hemisphere, it's spring up here. Okay, so I am, excuse me, I'm thinking that why this is coming up is just to indicate that this is an important season for you guys. Okay, those of you who are in the southern hemisphere, I'm getting the same thing for you guys. I just have more viewers in the northern hemisphere. It's like right now, so for you, the autumn is going to be a really important time for you guys, okay? One thing, and it's really interesting because I personally associate peacocks with gardens, and it's not really a funny story. There's a story that goes along with that has to do with when I was a child. There was this park that I went to that had peacocks there, and it was weird. That's it. There was an albino peacock. It was really beautiful. But anyway, what we've got with the peacock is like, just be aware that like you're going to be feeling really on top of things. Inside, you're going to be feeling a little bit like this, like, oh my gosh, you know, like, maybe I can't do this. Maybe this isn't going to be so great. But be wary of like tooting your own horn too much, you know, being a little bit too proud, that kind of thing. I would say remember to remain humble, okay? Because even though you totally got this, you know, you don't want to look, you know, I can't think of a better word for it. You don't want to look like all cocksure about everything, you know? You've got some, you know, you still have some room for improvement, you know? So just do try to kind of dial that back with, at least when you're, you know, interacting with other people. You can like do that at home as you know, as much as you want. But yeah, I mean, this looks like a really positive week. And again, you guys are going to be moving forward. You're going to be getting what you want out of this relationship. There's going to be some kind of public recognition or something that happens in public. Maybe you guys will go out on a date, that kind of thing. And yes, follow your intuition about this particular relationship, because that is going to be the key here for you guys. Alrighty. Those of you who picked pile number 5, the white opalite. Okay, so we have you guys coming to a healthy ending. Okay, I'm not necessarily saying that this is your relationship. This could be anything, but there's something that has ended in your life that's really healthy for you. Okay, this could be in your other person's life, in your person's life. Okay, it could be like they've decided that they're going to quit their job and take a new job that's going to pay more, or get out of a toxic relationship with maybe a relative or something like that. But there's some kind of healthy ending. And we've got some turbulence in the background, yes. But it's like whatever's going on over here, you know, it's going to cause some turbulence, yes, but it's like it doesn't feel like it's as heavy as it could be. It's like it's not the tower, you know. We've got strength, okay? And for once, I'm actually going to say this is actually strength, like literally strength, okay? You guys are going to be able to be strong through this time. Again, this isn't the ending of your relationship. There's something else that's ended in one or both of your lives, and that's going to, you know, affect your relationship this week. We've got the Queen of Swords, okay? So we've got, you know, we've got a feminine that is very receptive, okay? This person is very receptive to exchanging ideas and communication, okay? So understand that one of the characteristics about your love life this week is going to be you and your person are both going to be very receptive to communicating with one another. Again, you guys are really strong right now. And whatever turbulence is happening in the background. It's not in the relationship. It's in something else going on in the background. Okay, we do have purge. Yeah, the purge refers to the ending. And we have patience, and we have contemplation time. Okay. So I feel like because there's been this ending, and again, it's not the relationship, it's something else, and it's healthy. Okay, you've gotten rid of something, you've purged something, okay, or your person. Understand that now's going to be the time to reflect on that, and that's probably why both of you are going to want to be talking, okay? Again, Both of you will have enough strength to handle whatever it is that has been purged, okay? And this card's coming up. Patience is just coming up to remind us that in your week, in your relationship this week, you're going to have to cultivate some patience. But I'm not seeing the two of you apart so much. I'm seeing you communicating and spending time together. So I feel like the patience is more for kind of processing this, okay? With the contemplation time, it's like one of you is going to want to take a longer time to process it than the other, and then whichever one is taking the longer time, they just need for the other to be more patient. So if it's you, ask your person to be more patient with you, and if it's your person, then try to remind yourself that patience is a virtue. And I don't really have much advice for that, because that's something I'm working on. So I'm like the most impatient person. At least one of the most impatient people that I know, besides my son, who is a child. Okay. But yeah, this whatever this ending is very healthy. I'm getting that for some people, this is going to be something that has ended last week, and it's going to affect this week. But for most of you, it's going to be there's going to be some kind of ending that is going to affect your relationship. It's a very positive ending, though. Okay. I remember once when I had to get rid of a toxic family member from my life, and it really brought my relationship with my partner together so much stronger than I ever thought possible. So it would be something like that. All right. Yeah. Okay. Those of you who picked the 6th pile, the blue Lapis Lazuli, here is your reading. We've got the Mountain that is modified by the ring. We've got the Page of Pentacles. We've got Temperance. Okay, we have the 3 of Wands. We have Mask. We have Healing. And You're Being Helped. Okay. All right, here's the deal with you guys. You guys want to bring something a little bit more solid into your relationship this week. Unfortunately, there's too much going on right now with your person for this to really work this week, okay? Whatever it is that you want to do, what your agenda is for the week, what your objective is. We've got an obstacle here, and it's modified by the ring. Most people read the ring as a contract, okay? So I do want to acknowledge that could be what it means. What I'm getting intuitively is that this is like something that's been happening over and over again. It's almost like this is a cycle. And I just want to make sure you guys know that this is healing right now. Like if this is a cycle that you've been going around and around with, and you're getting frustrated with it, and you're like, I don't want to wait anymore, I respect that, and you guys should probably make that decision, whatever decision is best for you. However, I'm getting that this is going to be like either the last time or one of the last times this is going to happen, okay? Somebody in this relationship isn't being completely truthful about who they are. For some of you, it's going to be that this person's not being truthful in a very big way, and for some of you, it's not going to be that big of a deal. It's just like maybe they're kind of saying, oh, hey, look at me, I'm so cool, and like maybe inflating or exaggerating, how awesome they are, that kind of thing. That's normal. But somebody's like trying to be something that they're not, or trying to they're basically putting on that they're better than they are, okay? Or they're putting on that they're doing something that either they think you want them to do, or maybe you're doing something that you think they want you to do, okay? So really look at yourself too. Try to figure out, is there anything that I'm doing that's just for this person? Am I putting on a show, basically? And what is that show, and what does this achieve, With the 3 of Wands, we've got waiting, okay? That's what that's about. It's all about waiting. It can be about longing for something, but it's also about waiting. And I think that what's going on is that this week, this isn't going to work, because you're going to have to be waiting. We've got to kind of settle things down. It feels like there's, at least in the other person's life, it's like they've got something that they really got to get taken care of. And even if you're in a good place and you're ready to bring this about and everything, they've got to be in a good place too, and they're not yet. And then we have you're being helped, okay? So I actually feel like this is a message for your person, that your person's being helped, and they're going to be healed. This cycle's, they're going to quit it with this cycle. They're going to get all leveled out and everything. But basically this is a week where they're getting that's happening, okay? And since this is a week that's happening, unfortunately, it's going to be a pretty, I would say, stagnant week for your relationship. But do know there's all sorts of stuff going on in the background that is for the promotion of your relationship. All right, you know, it's basically, it's like it might not be happening this week, but it is going to happen. Okay, and those of you who don't want to wait anymore, that's fine. Then leave. That's fine. Make your own decisions, please. But do understand that that person will be coming through, you know, whether you stick with it or not, that person will be showing themselves in your life again, and they'll want something with you. Alrighty? Okay, guys. As always, thank you so much for staying to the end of my video. I really appreciate it. Again, guys, me and Shannon are taking questions about twin flames, and we are happy to answer all of your twin flame questions as a twin flame couple. And again, you know, we're in an interesting relationship status here. He's married and he has a child. I'm partnered up with the father of my kids. We're happy in our relationships. We're committed to our relationships, but of course me and Shannon work together, and we're very good friends and all of that kind of stuff. We will be meeting each other for the first time in August. And when we come together, we're going to make some videos for the channel, and we just thought maybe this would be a good video to make. All right. As always, I love every single one of you. Thank you so much for your support, for the likes, the comments, the feedback. Love it. Keep them coming. Know that I do read all of your comments. I just can't respond to all of them. I will see you next week.